So and it wasn't even like a decision. मैंने बहुत randomly ऐसी एक बार एक Insta story में ही बोल दिया था कि oh, you guys are such dum dums, and that just picked up. And I was like, oh, okay, if you want to be called that, great. You chose your own name. It's okay.
I think giving people good pet names is an art. Like, and I feel you end up giving good pet names to people who you are really, really close to. And I feel like the more crazier the pet name, that's when you know what the relationship is like.
Yeah. What is your pet name though?
So I have like weird pet names, but my oldest pet name goes to be Tammu. So people who know me from school and people who know me from back in the day, as a kid, they all know me as Tammu. Okay. My dad has very strange pet names for me. He calls me
What
Tindly.
does he call you?
He calls me Tindly, Tindu.
Tindu?
Tindu, yeah. Tindu is, I don't know why that's my pet name, but that's been the way it is since forever. And yeah. Now Tammy is the very cool, polished.
Tammy is the
yeah, it's like very, very millennial. All the bachas would want to call me that, which is great. And all my friends would call me.
What do you like the most?
I think I'd like to hear my name as Tammu because it takes me back into being a kid.
Yeah.
Because that's what I relate to the most.
Yeah.
So yeah, how about you? Like, Dum Dum is the name that you've given to people, but what are you?
That happened. But like, so ghar pe to my nickname is Abu, which has nothing to do with my name. Abu was actually the first words I said.
Okay, fair. That's a good reason.
तो मेरी मौसी तब मैं दिल्ली जा रही थी और मैं जब दिल्ली गई तो मैंने जस्ट बोलना शुरू किया तो आई टू कीप सेइंग आबू आबू सो मौसी कि इसका नाम आबू ही रख दो इसको घर पे नहीं बुलाएंगे सो तब से it's been आबू.
But what about your friends who don't know about your past or don't know about what you were called when you were a kid?
What?
How about your friends, the ones who don't actually know this backstory?
Some people call me P. Some of them just call me PK. So there's Praju, there's Praj, Sudeep, who I work with, calls me Prajo, and which is like I'm just like I don't even know where that started. Like sometimes it just escalates to
Prajo.
Yeah.
Is it Prajo?
Prajo. It sometimes goes to Prajvinder.
Prajvinder I like.
Sometimes it goes
I'm also called Taminder. I'm also called Taminder.
Really?
I like Taminder. I feel like a dhaba.
Nice.
It's like a great name for a dhaba. Taminder da dhaba. It has that vibe to it.
हाँ तो वो होता है फिर प्रजेश हो जाता है कभी कभी. But do you know Shan Mu?
Of course, yeah.
So Shan cannot say my name.
Okay, so what does he say?
He'll call me Prajatikka, but he can't say Prajakta. So he just called me PK. He's like, I'm sorry. And he's been trying for like a good 4 years now. Like I've known him for like 3-4 years. And in these 3-4 years, he's not been able to call me Prajakta. So he goes with PK.
Okay, so we've lost hope now. So we'll adjust with PK.
Yeah, abhi राजलक्ष्मी करके भी बुलाओ तो मैं पलट जाऊंगी इतने मेरे नाम के अलग अलग वर्जन्स हो गए. Call me whatever and I'll turn. But so Nikhil, how has everything been for you? कैसा चल रहा है?
The lockdown. I think it's been great for me actually because I needed this time off and I would have never ever taken this time off for myself because I thought I had very important things to do in life, which I realized how much I could. How much I'm not missing those things.
Yeah.
But like past 15 years for me largely have been work, which I very much enjoy. I love being on set, and I am a self-proclaimed workaholic. I love working. I don't like, I think until this lockdown, I didn't realize that I actually enjoy chilling as much as I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, there were so many things that I think were pending for me to address, before the lockdown, before the whole. For me, it was like something as simple as knowing where is the chai patti in my house. Okay, when I'd come home, I would not know where most things in my house are kept because I was like a paying guest. So I used to enter my house and I used to be like, if I don't have someone to help me navigate myself through my house, I would actually not know where things are kept. So actually familiarize myself with my own house. I cleaned my cupboards, which was
Oh my
again
God.
pending, which was a very, like, my mom is thrilled. She's like, thank you. She's like feeling like a big relief now that I've cleaned all my cupboards. I started to like, although I've always been on some kind of, like, healthy kind of lifestyle for food and everything, and I've always been that way primarily because of work, and I love food. But I never knew how to chew slowly.
Oh,
So
it was on
yeah,
set.
so
Like, chul, chul,
yeah,
chul.
I'm like running. I would always be running and eating, and I'm like, but why am I running and eating? And I learned how to drive during this period, which for me is a huge achievement. Because yeah, it gives you a lot of independence, and I
Yeah.
have my license now, which
Especially in
again,
Mumbai.
let me
And
flaunt it
probably
around.
jab you can't, like, it's not as safe to take cabs. And if you have a car,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah. I
better
mean,
to know how to drive.
not even, I mean, we could not even use our own staff in terms of having a driver.
Yeah.
Using that facility was not an option.
Huh.
So yeah, and it's still not a very preferred. It's like, as much as you can, socially distance yourself, it's better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think things are slightly opening up. Everyone
Yeah.
seems to want to, of course, with all measures of precaution and safety, do things that are, getting back to somewhat normalcy.
Yeah.
So everyone's trying to do that. And also, yeah, I spend a lot of time with my folks.
Which was
Um,
important, no?
which was really important. And not that, like, we spend all our, like, we are not like just sitting and chatting with each other, or sometimes just like physically present, like just the
Just
comfort
around
of having.
existing. Yeah.
I mean, we didn't actually get that for very many years because I was always away traveling. My mother traveled with me for a large part of my career, but
Okay.
in the recent past she hasn't as much. So yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. I have read a book which I could again not get myself to do because I have a very short
Book.
attention span.
Read.
So right now I'm reading. Where's that book gone है? तो मेरे को नाम बिल्कुल भी याद नहीं रहते. It's an actual, like, it's a hereditary problem. और मैंने 10,000 बार पोस्ट भी किया होगा, बट मुझे उसका नाम नहीं याद आएगा. हाँ, it's called the
Oh,
40 Rules of Love. I read it right now.
the
It's called
40
the
rules.
40 Rules of Love. It's basically, I think, Rumi's story.
Okay.
Um,
Oh,
yeah, some kind of an adaptation of that. So yeah, now I'm reading that, which was recommended by a friend. So, and I just like, and I'm not much of a reader. Like, I'm not someone who will pick up a book and start reading or carry a book, on a plane, because I think
yeah.
sleeping is a better option.
Same. I mean, I'll carry a book because I want some part in my mind to be like, Prajakta, but where else are you going to get so much quiet and so much time to read? And
Yeah.
then I'll keep the book next to me. I'll
Yeah.
remove it from my bag. I'll keep it on the table and I'll go to sleep.
It's like moral support. It's there.
Yeah.
In
Even
case you ever feel like that should happen to you.
no, so true. But मेरे साथ भी like so many people जब मम्मा को कॉल करते हैं ना कि आपका लॉकडाउन कैसा चल रहा है, बहुत ही बोरिंग हो गया ना 5 महीने, मम्मा कह रही है बिल्कुल भी नहीं. मेरे को तो एक भी दिन ऐसा नहीं लगा है कि ओहो क्या हो रहा है. इनफैक्ट लाइक बिकॉज like you said, you've been working for 15 years, and for me, for the past 1 year particularly was extremely hectic.
Right.
Just chakkar mein, like, and we also moved to a new house
Right.
recently,
Right.
and I'm so fond of that place, and I did that place up myself. But I was so sad because I missed Diwali. I missed
Ooh.
I missed a lot. I missed my housewarming party. I missed everything because I was working and I was traveling.
Right.
तो इस
Right.
चक्कर में जो 5 months मुझे एक्चुअली मिले टू स्पेंड टाइम, लाइक यूर राइट, लाइक मेरे को स्विचेस नहीं पता थे, मतलब मेरे बेडरूम के पता थे, बट
मेरे को 7 साल में पहली बार एक स्विच का फंक्शनिंग मालूम पड़ा. डोंट फील बैड. मैं 7 साल से घर में रह रही हूँ. मेरे को आई डिड नॉट नो द सेटिंग दैट माय लाइट्स आर ऑन राइट नाउ. I didn't know I have this beauty light setting in my room. My dad was so foresighted. He actually made it 7 years ago. Just that I was never there to explore it. So I've been able to explore it now,
which is great,
which is great.
which is nice. Also मेरे को ऐसा लगता है ना कि honestly life was so crazy ना कि ये 5 महीने में थोड़ा सा सांस लेने की फुर्सत मिली है. And like personally, like for me, I think the biggest win has been that I started working out. Like I wasn't doing that at all.
Oh, I love all the stuff you put up in the sense of your workouts and the fact that you do a headstand, a handstand, you do a
A head,
handstand,
a
a
headstand. That's
headstand,
my
or you do a
biggest
headstand. Yeah,
lockdown accomplishment. That
it's
is
a
what.
huge thing. Yeah, नहीं कर पाते लोग, and it takes very very long to get to doing that. So even if it's that, it's huge.
Also, I feel like mentally it has been very helpful.
Like that's what I think, when I remember when we spoke the first time around, and it was like whenever, like, yeah, I've expressed this to other people also, that Arey yaar, I'm so happy in this time. Maybe the conditions are not the best conditions, but I
Person,
personally am very very happy. And I feel like it was almost like, why are you so happy? Everybody seemed really unsatisfied with the fact that there's so much, like, there is so much that is going on which is negative, and sometimes we're almost bombarded with that negativity, but it's not necessarily that we have to put ourselves into that state constantly. You can have like a ball and you can have a good time.
yeah, and I feel like as long as you are sort of like aware,
Yeah,
it's each person, no, कि आप अपने like this is also like major stress, major trauma. यार, the whole world
yeah,
came to a standstill for 5 months,
yeah,
and suddenly like people were out of work and people were handicapped and like we couldn't do anything. Like we were restricted, and I'm sure you
yeah,
had to let go of a lot of work
yeah.
that was coming your way.
Work
Because,
was out of the question, because I
yeah,
mean other things were more important, like survival and safety.
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. कि जब ऐसे stress, ऐसे trauma हो जाता है, so that I feel like each person's way of dealing with it kicks in. So I
Yeah.
get that too a lot. There's like so many times if I'm at an interview या फिर ऐसे कहीं पे बात हो रही है, so many people ask me like, Prajakta, what is it? मतलब कोई इतना खुश तो नहीं हो सकता है. Then I'm like, what? What do you think I do? Like, what else can it be if it's not happiness?
But I mean, channelizing it like this is better, no? Then,
Exactly.
I mean, you can't change the situation, so you might as well have fun.
Yeah, might as well like take it up your stride and see what you can do with this rather
Absolutely.
than let it get to you.
Then be like, "Wah."
Let's take a few questions. Guys, let's do
Go for it.
questions.
Everyone is just saying they love you, and they love you, and they love us both. And then there's Hugh, hey,
Yeah.
lol,
Will you
love
please
you,
see my
Praju
post?
D.
Okay. Hi Deepak Singh. Hi Mostly Sane
I can
AM.
see Shimply.
Who, what is
Hey,
Shimpy?
Shimply. I know Shimply. We work together. Luke, Shimply, and I mean, they help me out with my nutrition.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah. So all my, like, I'm so happy to see people I know watching our live. Damn, damn cute.
Guys, oh Sahil Khattar is here. Hello, Mr. Khattarnak.
भाई तू फोन करने वाला था ना बे. What are you not really? Why are you not lifting calls, Prajakta? Like, just
Me?
please lift people's calls. Yep, there are people complaining on your comments.
Who is complaining?
Some person you've not picked up their call. They seem awfully angry.
Oh dear Lord. But by the way, why has Sahil written only I love Tamanna?
Because it is according to him only he loves me. बाकी मुझसे
No,
होके
my,
प्यार नहीं
my
करता.
problem is why does he love me also?
Maybe he's trying to make you jealous. I don't know.
It's working.
It's working.
Okay, guys, questions. Let's do questions.